to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare.
Good morning, everybody. My system is all messed up today. It's a glorious, glorious morning. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Good Boys Guild. That is one of my new moderators, I think. No. That's on the Rumble side. What am I saying? I don't know why the colors are different. Does anybody know why the colors are different on Rumble? That doesn't make any sense. Huh. That's crazy. That's crazy. So good morning, everybody. Want to wait for the room to fill up a little bit. While we are doing that, someone had a question for me in the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, well, yeah, it's going to kind of be a members only thing here shortly. But anywho, one of the questions in the Discord was how to, what is a moderator? What is, what am I looking for? Well, I'm just looking for someone who's going to show up, and if we have any slapheads frickin' decide to come in here and start saying stuff like, who's your daddy? Things like that. Well, we kind of give them a warning, and then we let them know that that's not what we're here for. And then if they persist, then you can block, ban, mute, whatever your controls are. I'm pretty sure you can just put them in timeout or something like that. I really need to do more research. I have actually just made 2 moderators. So I think they show up as blue or green. I'm not exactly sure. But they are definitely moderators now. So be good. Anyway, looks like the current score, it's hard to tell. What do we got here? Scrolling down, lots of scrolling down. Currently it is YouTube 15, Rumble 7, Rumble 8, which seems to be appropriate. It's about right. That's about right. For all you people on the Rumble side, at some point, Rumble is probably going to go away, but I'm not going to lock that in just yet. The coffee's good. The subject's good. The people are good. I'm going to check the live chat on the Rumble side. Good Boys Guild first, Annie Pearson number 2, and as usual, there's nobody who's a turd into Rumble. You guys are lazy on Rumble. That's one of the reasons I don't like you so much. All right, let's go to the chat on the YouTube side. Let's see here. Debbie, first tuck, number 2. Rose, you are the turd. People who are not members just beat out the members. Isn't that special? Ha, 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 ha. Let's see here. Other people also had questions about gifting. I'm going to cover that about halfway through the stream, just so that you guys know that I'm serious about the subject I'm talking about, and not just looking to steal all your money, which would be ridiculous because nobody has any these days. All right, let's see here. Jordan is in the house. What do we got here? And you've got something to say, which I got for you right there. Where are we at here? Jordan is showing up. We got Catitude. We got Colt. JB the 25th. And I don't understand emojis. But I think it's funny that you use them. So it is what it is. Rose has got a question. Let's see here. Bob, good morning, my friend. Ian is in the house. Cool coat. We got old Cuck V showed up, watching from the People's Republic of Michigan. I feel like there should be somebody behind you like, like a big red flag waving in the background. All right, so I guess let's go ahead and knock out some of these questions right here. First, Jordan did say that Congress just avoided a shutdown, but can you imagine if they did shut down and all those people didn't get paid like in 2013 in this economy? I'll be honest with you, Jordan, the government shutdowns are not that bad. I was on active duty in the Marines when I experienced my first government shutdown, and it's like, no one's getting paid. Well, that's not exactly true. It's not exactly true. In fact, it may be the subject of like what happens when the government shuts down. That may turn into one of my videos at some point. Let's see here. Rose has a question. Question is, did they get paid when everyone else was without? If so, need to fine them for not doing their job. Stop the garbage dump. Yeah, exactly. Well, Congress always gets paid. Congress always gets paid, guys, and they're very aware of the situation, but I'm pretty sure that they get paid regardless, because they're doing their jobs, not like as in like doing their job as in like do your job, as in like, well, we were there and we committed our time and so on. So it is what it is. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, my friend. I'm not sure if I popped you in there. There you go. Scratch HD. I don't know. That was supposed to be an emoji that didn't work for some reason. I'm not sure. Was that one of mine, Ian? What we got here? Let's see. Dog and Ball Productions moved over from Rumble. Gotcha. Good. It's good to see you over here. Okay, let's see here. The current poll is we got 13 votes, guys. If you haven't got in on it, please do at some point. I know some people like to wait, and that's fine with me. Let's see. So, which preparedness task would you prioritize this week? And I only gave you 4 choices. And looks like there's a tie with inventory, organize supplies, and test and maintain emergency gear at 38% apiece, followed by rotate and restock food supplies at 15%, and 8% say print essential emergency documents. So if you are not over on the YouTube side, you cannot participate in the YouTube poll. Also, Paradigm Shift showed up. No, it looks like West Virginia Pappy. You are deterred. And Paradigm Shift, hi, how you doing? No score for you today. Looks like Rumble may be trying to catch up, but I doubt it. Whenever I talk about this, I always feel like I'm like talking like a really slow dog race announcer. Right now it's 24-12. YouTube is winning by a neck. Okay, let's see. JS showed up. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to drink a little bit of coffee. We're going to hit this topic. I was reading this article. It kind of caught me like, it got my attention because it actually like kind of like prioritized some stuff. And then I thought, you know what, we could turn this into something bigger. We could turn this into like a weekly task or something like that, something to think about. So let me go ahead and throw this out to you guys. You guys know how this works. I'll talk about something. You type some stuff. I'll talk about what you type. And then we move on. So the first thing we're going to talk about is inventory and organizing supplies. Now, there's different categories in this. So the first thing is to categorize your items, break down your supplies into categories like food, water, first aid, tools, lighting, communication, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This makes inventory easier and more manageable. I think that this is, and I called this out first. Oh, there it is, guys. There it is. Drink. One of the things that most preppers fail to do is to completely organize their stuff, like categorize their stuff. It's normally just a pile here and a pile there. And I feel like I have all the things I need. But when they start to like actually set time aside to categorize everything and organize things, they find out that they're lacking, that they have holes in their preps, that they know they're missing stuff now, and can kind of play on their head a little bit. The next thing is label and date everything. Now, I'm not a true advocate of this, but it is something that is part of organization, and it's not a bad idea. It's just, don't go crazy with it. In the military, label guns are really bad for people in the military. If you didn't know that, well, I don't even know if they have label guns anymore. But label guns are really bad for people in the military, specifically the infantry, because we like to put labels on everything. We'll like go into an office and put like a label on a chair. It says chair, put a label on somebody's coffee cup that says cup, just the dumbest things. But label and date everything, labeling containers, and write the purchase date on or expiration date on items, because some of our items do expire. But more importantly, write down the date that you produced it, if you canned it, if you bagged it, if you stored it, whatever it may be. This is going to help with rotating stock and identifying what's nearing its expiration. Because like I said, there are some things that do expire, mainly things that are oil-based. Also things that are dairy based, they will expire on you unless they've been completely freeze dried. The next thing is storage. And you know what? Let me tell you something also. If you guys didn't know this, I really cats really don't like being labeled from what I've heard. Asking for a friend, are you, Andy? I love it. Do me a favor, guys. Put something. You know what? Screw it. Type 1 in the chat if you love your country. I normally like to save that one for the middle, but the chat on the YouTube side has just totally died out. I'm wondering after yesterday's live stream, if you guys didn't know about yesterday's live stream, we got to right around 900 views on that live stream. And the graph was straight across for like 2 hours, nothing. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's the middle of the day. It's got up to 915 as of this morning, which means it's only gained 30 views worldwide, globally, since 2 hours after I did it. That is an issue. So thank you very much for waking up the chat, guys. I appreciate you. Let's see here. So what I was telling you was I recently found out about olive oil. Guys, did you know? Did you know that your olive oil is goes bad? It does not retain all of its wholesome, good, natural goodiness after its expiration date. And here's the funny thing: if you buy olive oil and it doesn't have the date that it was picked or procured or gathered, then it is more than likely not real olive oil. It's probably some chemically based stuff that's mixed in with olive oil, so on and so forth. So with olive oil specifically, I would definitely be paying attention to the dates that are on the bottle. I have several bottles that I have to flush down the toilet. I have to put down the drain. Something is going to happen to those bottles. Yeah, I had no idea. So let's see here. So let's go ahead and move on to storage optimization. Evaluate your storage space. Are you using airtight containers for food, or are items organized by frequency or use of priority? So when we talk about storage optimization, it's like finding better ways to store things. Oil down the drain. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I do it. It's stupid, but what else are you going to do with it, right? I mean, I could pour it. I could pour it in the garden. Maybe is it okay? Is it good for me to pour oil in a garden? Somebody put in the chat. Use for lamps. You want me to use olive oil in lamps? That's interesting, Rose. That's truly interesting. Pivot to another issue. Shut up, JS. Let's see here. But storage optimization. From time to time, we need to look at how we're actually storing things, what our storage system is, and if it is working for us. If it is, it is. But if it's not, we might want to try and optimize it. And then document inventory. Use for Blackstone. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Bob. That's a good idea. Use the old oil for right there, for your Blackstone grill. I got you. Not in the garden, biblical. Oh, I see. Okay. But seriously, okay. So you guys are telling me that I can use my old olive oil as lamp oil. Is that what you're truly saying to me? Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it, and we're going to see how it works. I mean, if it's like putting off like all sorts of crazy smoke and it's just generally not super healthy or just good for the inside of my house, then I'm not going to do it. But okay, Ian said yes. Ian says yes. All right, bro. I'm going to do it. I think that's great. White Trash Willie, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. All right, so back on document inventory. Create a physical or digital inventory list. Regularly update it as you add or consume items, and ensure everyone in the household knows how to access it. I've told you guys before, I actually keep mine on a clipboard. I print it out every time I go to the store for preps. And basically the idea is that you put what you used, what you took out of the big pantry, okay? And then that instantly creates the list of things that I need to go get. So let's see. Yes, and a Betty lamp was used years ago. Gotcha. Will it work? So if I buy, so let me ask you this. If I buy or anybody else can answer it. If I have just a regular oil lamp, okay, that's brand new, and instead of using lamp oil, I can just pour that old olive oil into it, let it get up through in there and inside the wick, and it will work just the same, just the same. So do me a favor, let me know in the chat. Inquiring minds want to know. I got to you, Jordan. Oh, your stuff turned blue. Your stuff turned blue. Even you got the wrench, Jordan. You guys better watch out. Jordan has the power. There's a couple more in there, by the way. She's got that wrench. She'd be like clunk. But it should. Rose says it should. Oh, I see. Now we're not super positive. No, but I believe you. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back on this. We talked about the documents. Documents are boring, but we have to do it, guys. I mean, how do you know what you've taken out of your preps? If you have a rolling pantry like I do, how do you know what you've taken out? You just kind of guess, create a list of the things that you have, and then when you use them, you just put a little tick mark next to them on the list. And then now last week I used 2 cans of tomato paste, you just see what I'm saying? And that creates your instant list for when you go to the store. You just grab the list and go to the store, print out another one, Jordan says she's gonna clunk Diddy if he comes for all the oil for the oil convo. Well, yesterday I made him invisible, so I don't know if he'll show up or not. Rose says I'm positive. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'm going to do something about that because I've got plenty of old olive oil that I'm literally getting, like some real, like the kind that come in fancy bottles type olive oil that I thought I was going to have to throw out. So I'm glad now. I'm glad you just saved me some money. All right, let's see here. And then let's talk about the emergency grab bag. Now is the time for you guys to put something in the chat about inventory and organized supplies. Because I'm finishing that section up. And so the emergency grab bag, also known as a go bag, make sure your go bag is up to date with essentials for each member of the household. Ensure it's located in an easily accessible area for quick evacuation. I actually keep my bag inside of the Explorer. It goes with me pretty much everywhere, along with several other bags of tools and knickknacks and all sorts of other stuff. So if you don't have a go bag in your car with the most minimalist things, the most minimal things, then it's a mistake. It's an absolute mistake. There's a video that's going to drop for the members. You saw the behind the scenes video of that kit that I'm going to be giving away during PREPSTOCK. That basically I built out of all these hodgepodge little parts I could find. I did the math last night. It's like $200 worth of gear in this tiny little kit. It's crazy. But the actual when does that drop? Let me see. Content videos. That is actually going to go out at 4:00 today. Custom kit is what it's called. Survival kit unboxing. Must have gear, and it's the one that I built for PREPSTOCK. Okay, but yeah, you definitely need to have something like that. I'm going to go over to the Rumble side here because people have been posting over there, and I've kind of been ignoring them a little bit. But let's see. Paradigm Shift says lots of fake. Yeah, there's a lot of fake. There's a lot of fake honey. If you're buying honey for storage, I'll be honest with you. Even the fake stuff, I think, stores for a good period of time. If you use honey constantly. If you don't use honey, the only reason that you would have honey in your preps is for like the apocalypse if you don't use honey. But it's great for, anything that has sugar in it. You can throw it off. You can use that instead. You can put it in your cuts and scrapes. You can do so many things with honey. And it just never goes bad. But there are some fake stuff. There is some fake stuff out there. Andy says clay lamps are recommended for use with olive oil as they are designed for this type of fuel. A clay lamp? A clay lamp. All right, I'll play your silly game. Clay lamp. Clay lamp. Come on, Google. What do we got here? Oh, are you talking about like the biblical kind, the ancient clay oil lamp? Um, it's like got the wick coming out of it. It looks like Aladdin's lamp, that kind of thing. That's interesting. I mean, generally, it's the same thing as a regular oil lamp, so it's just, huh. Anywho, let's see here. That was Andy from on the Rumble side. Jordan, you're going crazy. What do we got here? Let's see here. Have you seen the oil lamps that look like candlesticks? I have not. Go bags and go car boxes should be seasonal. Yes, you need to pull them probably out. I hate to say it, but about once every 3 months, and make sure that you've got the stuff that you're going to need for the upcoming season. You need to schedule it, you need to time it, and get it so that you actually have the gear that you need. I mean, the last thing you need is like some kind of freak cold weather storm getting you stuck on the side of Highway 95 behind 7,000 semi trucks, and oh, by the way, I forgot to update my bag, that kind of thing. Let's see here. Bradley showed up. Man, missed the first 16 minutes. You'll be all right, man. You'll be all right. I promise. The ferro rod demo had me rolling. Yeah. The cheap ferro rods do require you to use that crown scraper. If you don't, you got to really have a flat edge surface, and the stuff that they provide you with is never flat enough. But yeah, light the house on fire. Cool Colt knows about that because Cool Colt's a member. If you're not a member, then you don't get to see these videos that I make. So you might want to think about doing that. And let's see here. Let's see. Tuck says, I know the clay. Yeah, I know Clay. He makes a good lamp. This thing sucks. I got you, Coco. Well, they don't know what that is, man. They don't know what that is unless they're membered. Now, I know a lot of you in here are members. Okay, I get you, but there's a few that haven't come over to the dark side yet. But it'll happen. It'll happen. So let's see. Current score is 24-18. Looks like my thumbnail and title didn't do as well as yesterday. Let's go ahead and check the poll. We're at 18 votes for 24. That's not bad. Currently, testing and maintaining emergency gear at 39%. Inventory and organized supplies at 33%. Rotate and restock food storage at 22%. And print essential emergency documents at 5%. So, yeah, a lot of people don't place a lot of priority on that, but at least it's getting a percentage. So we cannot complain. Watch with son to see it. Oh, that's right, Rose. I forget Rose gets the cheat because her son is a member. Okay, let's see here. Print physical copies. Okay. We as preppers talk a good game about this. They talk a good game. You guys have heard the story about my Go case. I can like run out of here butt naked, and everything I need to reconstitute my life in the world is inside this case. So I don't know why everybody else doesn't have one. It's all about time. I think it's because the things that we do to be ultra prepared are time consuming, and we don't set enough time to the side to do it for some reason. Hint, hint. Okay, so let's talk about essential documents. Print copies of personal identification, insurance, medical records, and legal documents. Keep them in a waterproof or fireproof folder. They do make them. They're not expensive, but you're going to get what you pay for. So buyer beware. Let's see. Has had me so extremely busy. I got you, dog and ball. Let's see. How to guides. Basically, books include guides on first aid, survival tactics, water purification, and shelter building techniques. You can't rely on the internet being available during emergencies. Yes, I know people that have iPads that are just loaded up with all the free books you can get off Amazon. I think that is great. I can't fault anybody for that whatsoever. I think it's awesome. But there are some books that are never going to make it to your iPad. And so you probably need to have some of those those guides to make sure that when the lights go out and the batteries die, that you can read a book by candlelight and learn something you should probably already know. All right, let's see. Recipes for stored food. Print recipes specifically for types of food you have in storage. It's helpful to know how to make the most of shelf-stable ingredients in a variety of ways. On this one, guys, I would say that the most of the time people kind of assume that one person is going to do all the cooking during the apocalypse. Well, what happens when that person's not around for whatever reason? Not a bad or not a good, but they're just not around for that reason. If you had some recipes, yeah, on how to make stuff so it tastes good, just like mom made, yeah, it's probably a good idea. Having what happened to the old school recipe books? Do I have any in here? I think I have some in here. There's a gardening book, fishing, home. You know what? It's on the wrong shelf. Oh, look. What's this? Anybody remember these? You guys remember these? Oh my God. You guys remember these? One of my favorite books because it covers everything. How to cook everything. Guys, this is an awesome reference for anything that you want to cook. Not a joke. It's like basically I don't want to sound too deep, but it's basically it's the guidebook for all thing cookedness, you know. I got too much stuff. I'm gonna have to put these back another time. Down you go. Oh, let's see here. Maps and evacuation routes. Print detailed maps of your area, noting evacuation routes, meeting points, and locations of important facilities like hospitals and shelters. Guys, we've talked about this with our comm plan. You should have some maps. They are free. Pretty much every town will give one to you for free. You should have them. You should definitely have them. And we're coming up on our last portion in this section. So if you've got something to say about print physical copies or printing physical copies or having physical copies of things, now is the time to put it in the chat. Last but not least, contact information. I can't push this hard enough. I'm going to ask you a question when I'm done talking about this, and I'm going to expect an honest answer. Have physical copies of important phone numbers, such as families, friends, emergency contacts, and local services like police, fire, and utility companies. For those of you with children that are within arm's reach, or grown children that are within driving distance that maybe you saw this weekend, have any of you printed out an emergency contacts list, bought a set of magnets at the $1.25 tree store, and stuck it to their refrigerator? Put it in the chat. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Only honest answers. I'm going to go to the chat real quick here. Let's see here. What do we got here? Viking Queen, another one of my hammer. She's got a wrench. She's got a wrench, guys. Look out. She's got a wrench, guys. Let's see. And still, I make mine over and over and still forget the recipe. Exactly. 100%, Jordan. I have the OG recipe book for my grandma and her mom. I love old recipe books. I love going to yard sales and finding these recipe books from the 60s and 70s and the 50s and the 40s. I mean, they're unbelievable. And the food is so simple and so good. It's crazy. Let's see here. Ollie's has some really good. Yes, they do. Ollie's. I have bought a recipe book at Ollie's before, Viking Green. Let's see here. Rose says, I have several copies from prior to 1953 and later. Fun reading. Yes. I like that fruity dude. And I say that because I'm old and I get away with that stuff. But that guy who's super fruity I think he's on TikTok. And he makes all the recipes from forever ago. And they're either good or they're not. He actually started making them from during the war recipes. So I love that guy. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Dog and Ball says, I'm trying to make smaller copies of all my documents to stick in a small wallet. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting, Dog and Ball. It's almost like I guess the mindset of the pocket card passport, that kind of mentality. I like it. I like it. Let's see. I have, where are we at here? I have a box of index cards with recipes. Yes, I remember those. That's what the recipes were, man. You'd be like, oh, there it is. And you would take it out and you would use it. And when you were done, you'd get the flour off of it and you'd put it right back. Thrift stores have tons of books. I have 2 totes of used cookbooks. I got you. Exactly. Debbie says, found 3 in a estate sale. Also, my mom's assorted. I love it. I'll email City Hall today. Exactly. Yes, Tuck. Yes. Rose says, file boxes, books, and online folders as well saved. Got you. Badger says, yeah, everybody's got it too. So everybody's not there. Come on. This is simple advice, guys. That's right. You've been scolded. Let's see here. Jordan says, in the apocalypse, if anyone tries to tell me meat and pea bone jello is one on the menu, I'm putting them in timeouts. You got to use that wrench. All right, let's see here. No kids, 1.5 cats. I got you, Tuck. Family don't get it. That's okay, Rose. That doesn't matter. I'm telling you guys, this freaking works. You make the list. It's just emergency numbers for them. You go to the $1.25 tree store. You get some magnets. You go, you say hi, you get hugs, you get up for a drink, and blam, it's there. Or you do it until you wait until you're getting ready to leave. And then you put it up, like right in front of them, so that they know that you put it there. Yeah, it works. Eggy? Yeah, Bradley, that's it, right? One Eggy? Dylan is his name? I got you, bro. Yeah, he is. He's pretty great. Illinois gives wallet-sized birth certificates. I like it. Yeah, but it's, is the thing is there's so many organizations out there that won't accept those tiny things. It's ridiculous. That's like some employers will not accept the wallet-sized diploma that a kid got when he graduated. I got this so I wouldn't have to carry it around. I'm sorry, son. We don't accept that. We want to see the real thing. It's crazy. Let's see here. Viking Creek says, I'm a big fan of The Sopranos, and I have cookbooks with the recipes from the show. That's great. Still use my grandmother, got as a wedding gift. I love it. Cool. I love it. Let's see. But bone broth is a good form of relationship, good for our system. I got you. Laminate the contacts list. Yeah, the only problem is when somebody's cell phone change, you got to change the whole thing over again. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and check the poll real quick here. And that is, looks like inventory and organized supplies. You guys, I have emphasized to you the importance of doing this. Is now at 36%. Test and maintain emergency gear, 30%. Oh, it's changing. It's all, you guys are messing with me. I'm going to read this over and over, don't you? I'm not going to do it. Inventory and organized supplies is winning at 38%. And someone's just changing. All right, you turd. Someone's like changing their vote over and over in the poll. So it goes back and forth because it's like vote, no vote, vote, no vote. I could tell. I could see these things. I have the power. All right, let's see here. My wife is from Illinois, excuse me. And she will be mad if I don't correct ya. There's no noise in Illinois. Yeah, see, I did it already. I was pretty good, right, Bradley? All right, let's see. Autocorrect D&D cookbook was my favorite one. Oh my God, what kind of recipes does the D&D cookbook have? A little bit of gnome soup. Freeze dry some of that later today. Rose, got you. Okay. All right, so it looks like the score is 27-19 as usual. YouTube is crushing it. So now is the time in the show where we try to pay some bills. And today I'd like to try to do something a little bit differently. I had a lot of questions on how to gift memberships. And I actually, So I was going to gift a bunch of memberships today, but it draws the money that I use. It somehow only draws from my PayPal account. So I pushed money over into my PayPal account, and now it's like, oh, it'll be ready on Friday. I'm like, son of a. So I did find the professional YouTube video about this and chopped it up into pieces for you guys. And so now I'm going to play it for you so you have an idea of how it works. All right. All right, here we go.
Hey creators, let's talk about memberships gifting, which lets you and your existing channel members purchase memberships for other viewers in your community. We'll walk through what memberships gifting is and how it works. So let's dive in. First, what is memberships gifting? With this feature, you and your existing channel members can purchase gift memberships for other viewers who aren't yet members. A preset number of channel memberships can be bought in a single purchase during a live stream or premiere. Then YouTube will gift this set number out to other viewers in your community. Your viewers who receive a gift membership get 1 month of access to your channel membership perks, like loyalty badges, custom emoji, and more, without paying any charges. Any creator with memberships will be enabled for this feature. Gift memberships are a win-win for you and your viewers. Next, let's walk through how memberships gifting works during your live stream or premiere. To purchase gift memberships, click the $ button within the live chat, then Membership Gifting. From there, select from a preset number of gifts and complete the transaction. Once the memberships are purchased, it will show in the chat who purchased the gift and how many were purchased. Note that pricing is predetermined at the highest level you offer up to and including $5. So for example, if you have a $1.99 offer and a $3.99 offer, it'll default to the $3.99 offer. So if you don't have a price level $5 or below, you'll need to add one for memberships gifting to be available on your channel. Now let's walk through the requirements and flow for viewers to receive gift memberships. Viewers must opt in to be eligible to receive gifts on your channel, and there are 2 ways to do so, from the live chat or from your membership offer screen. To opt in from the live chat, a gift memberships announcement will show up once a purchase is made, and then they can click Allow Gifts and turn on the toggle. Or they can click the gift icon that's pinned at the top of the chat once someone makes a purchase. To opt in from your membership offer screen, they can click Join, and then the 3-dot menu, then Gift Settings, where they'll see the toggle to allow gifts on your channel. Once viewers are opted in, YouTube will distribute gift memberships to viewers based on how much they interact with your channel. So loyal viewers who are always watching and interacting with your content are more likely to receive gift memberships. Note that active members are not eligible to receive gift memberships. If a viewer receives a gift membership, they'll be notified with a personal live chat message. Gift memberships are non-recurring, and viewers who receive them don't have to pay any charges to access your membership benefits for that gifted month. And finally, here are some quick best practices to keep in mind for memberships gifting. Be sure to let your members know how to purchase gift memberships, and let non-members know how to opt in to be eligible. Thanks for watching.
Okay, guys. So hopefully that cleared things up for you. We're going to make sure might be some questions in the chat here. Let's see. D&D nerds. I have both drink packets, but Jello is just wrong. So where can I get a copy of the D&D? The D&D cook. You know that actually has my attention. Hold on a second here. Dungeons and come here, you. I'm trying to. Come on, man. Come on. What is going on here? Dungeons and Dragons, not books. Cookbook. Dungeons and Dragon cookbook. The Hero's Feast. Dow. Oh my God. I guess there's a handful of these things. That's crazy. You know what? I can just grab them all. Let me get this fast link for you. And we're going to throw that there. And that should take you to where you want to go. Dungeons and Dragons cookbook. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. Transfer. at the speed of electricity still take time as clearing a paper check. Yeah, that's crazy. It was crazy, Tuck. It's crazy, you know. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. Sorry, no, it's a hard copy. Have at about 5 years. Well, I found it. Ha 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 ha. Let's see here. Today, I am increasing water. Sandra, good to see you. Good to see you. Today, I'm increasing water stock and had my Generac. Nice. Checked, especially since hurricane is coming. Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if you haven't, I really don't like saying this out loud, even though I made a video. I apologize. I made a slightly snarky video, but I had to do it. The PREPSTOCK. It's PREPSTOCK is this weekend, or PREPSTOCK. No, Prepper Camp. Prepper Camp in Salina, North Carolina is going this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Guess what? Guess who else is attending? Hurricane, whatever her name is this time. They put out an email yesterday like, oh, it's still going. We got the big tents up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at the weather and it's like, yeah, I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance, man. But I've been there a few times, 2, 3 times. And where all these tents are, they're at the bottom of hills at the basin of a lake. And so where do you think all that water is going to go? You know, the vendor mall that's at the bottom of a basin. Where do you think all that water is going to go? The parking area. The parking area is on the side of like a 20-degree grade. We'll say 15. Let's be generous. Grade hill, grassy hill. What do you think is going to happen to all that land? Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good time. I feel sorry for them. All right, let's see here. Amazon Online. Where are we at here? There's your link. There's a bunch of D&D has been in. I can't read all that. Let's see. Only played Shadowrun. I'm rotating food into my pantry right now as I speak into your ears. Okay, let's go ahead and get back on point, guys. Hopefully that little video that I just threw at you will help you understand how you can gift. That's really all the way up to you guys. I plan on doing it as soon as that money moves over to my thing. So if you're watching this video and you decide not to show up tomorrow, there's not a chance. You won't have a chance. Let's see. I'm not seeing a thrive and survive situation at camp. Yeah, it's going to be. I hate saying anything because I don't want to like jinx I don't want to jinx PREPSTOCK. And half of the people attending that event are camping as well. I know, right? So it's like, how do you camp? We're just going to sit here and let this storm roll through here on top of us in our freaking $200 REI 2-man tent with our kids cuddled up into sleeping bags going drip, drip, drip. Mommy, I'm getting wet. You know, I mean, how is that going to work? That's crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy. All right, let's see here. Going to go back in here. All right, so let's go ahead and hit back off. The next one is food rotation. You need to create what they call a FIFO system or FIFO, however you want to pronounce it in whatever dialect you use. But it stands for first in, first out. You know, always use the oldest system first. Always use the oldest items first. Excuse me. I need to turn you off, Ian. There you go. Always use the oldest items first, keep the oldest items at the front and the newest items in the back for a smoother rotation process. I'm literally looking at I don't know, they're like racks, but like the can, I call them can snakes. You put the can at the top, it goes to the bottom. It's like the pachinko machine for cans. I'm looking at those and seeing if they are going to fit on my shelves. If they're going to fit on my shelves, I'm going to start using the darn things. I'm going to buy some and start using them. Monitor expiration dates. Regularly checks expiration dates. Log them in your inventory. Move items nearing expiration to the front of your storage. Now, when we talk about expiration dates are like bad juju for preppers. We don't like expiration dates. We don't even like Best Buy dates. Yesterday for supper we had beans that I made on. I actually made a video about them in January of 2023. And I cooked the beans, let them set overnight, and then I vacuum sealed them in regular vacuum seal bags, and then I froze them. Delicious. But yeah, some things do expire, so pay attention. Like we were talking about, some oils expire, some things that are oil-based expire, some things that are dairy-based expire. So there, obviously, if things that will expire, make sure that you're paying attention to them. Meal planning and stored foods. Plan a few meals using only your stored foods each month. I do it every day. These help familiarize yourself with your supplies and identify if anything is missing. Once again, we're back to that system where we're every time we take something out of the pantry, we're marking that down. We'll put a little tick on the sheet, and that's our grocery list. All right, diversify food storage. Stock a range of foods, canned goods, freeze-dried items, grains, and snacks. This is going to help to prevent food fatigue and ensures you have a balanced diet. The other thing that you need to think about too is diversity amongst storage processes. Where is it canned? Is it in your freezer? Things like that. And then obviously grow a garden. If space permits, start growing your own vegetables, fresh food supplements, stored food, and provides essential nutrients during long-term emergencies. If you don't have, and I am a culprit myself, because I don't really have a lot of space for gardens. Every time I use some space, the girlfriend thinks that I've just pushed her out of a space. So it's it is what it is. It is what it is. Going to go to our poll. 25 votes, 31 people in the chat. Get off your butts. Which preparedness task will you prioritize this week? And right now, inventory and organized supplies is coming in at number one at 36%, followed by test and maintain emergency gear at 28%. I'm sorry, rotate and restock food storage at 32%, test and maintain emergency gear at 28%, and print essential emergency documents at 4%. Going to the chat, let's see here. I got to scroll up. True prepper test, I guess. Yes, very true. It's a true prepper test to sit in a tent while a hurricane rolls over the top of you. Not really. I spent in my first year in the Marine Corps, we were in Fort Bragg doing our workup for our deployment, and a hurricane rolled through, and they thought it would be better if we just stayed in the field. It would be safer. It would be better for us. Yeah, it was real fun. I got to spend, and it was a major hurricane too. It's the one that, oh man, I want to say Irene, but I just can't remember. But literally, if you weren't on a high ground, it's the one that flooded out like the entire state. I spent that hurricane underneath a Humvee. It was so bad. Let's see here. JS Badger says that's where inventory lists and controls come in. Exactly. DIY can wreck. I want to build one, but there's just no space for it where I live. I would like to have one of those big ones, that it's just, there's just no space for it. Tuck says, I want to put in a gravity fed can system, but my space is limited too. Yeah. The thing is if you've got shelves, if those things will fit on the shelf, then you're golden. Just stack them up, or put them like dominoes, where we at here? Rose says inventory that should be used by the stores, but sometimes gets botched. Okay. West Virginia Pappy says plenty of spices. I like it. That's food diversity. You guys should have a bucket full of spices. And by the way, if they're just because they're in their original containers doesn't mean that moisture did not get inside their containers, because that is with spices particularly, unless they are in glass jars with plastic tops. The weak point for all spice containers is that seal, that stupid little piece of metal that they put across the top to pretend that they've actually sealed it up. It's almost nothing to it. The glue is the cheapest glue they can use, and it seals almost nothing, to be honest with you. I don't know what to tell you. It's the worst. So I would definitely recommend you putting your spices in something that, put them in vacuum bags. Vacuum the sucker up. That solves the problem right there. And put them in a place where the temperature can't change. So thus no condensation, no variance in atmospheric pressure inside the containers, and no moisture. So, all right, let's see. We're going to roll on here to number 4. You guys are going to hate me for this. I'm going to take a drink of coffee. Create or update a communication plan. All right, let's see here. Let's do this again. If you love your country, type a number 1 in the chat. Let's go ahead and wake up the chat real quick here, and I shall begin this process of beating you to death with facts. Designate meeting points. Establish multiple meeting points in case of evacuation. One near the home, another outside the neighborhood, and a third outside the city. Multiple communication methods. Ensure you have multiple ways to communicate, like cell phones, landlines. Someone gave me crap about landlines the other day that doesn't understand landlines. Radios or satellite phones, and know how to use each in a different scenario. And obviously, let's not forget about the mighty ham radio. Let's see here. Family communication roles. Assign specific roles to each family member for contacting certain people or handling specific tasks during an emergency. Specifically with the young, with the children, with the teenagers. Give them a job. It gives them a sense of purpose and makes them not focus on the dangers of the emergency. Backup power for devices. Invest in portable power banks. That I think that's a 230. Invest in portable power banks, solar chargers, or hand crank radios to keep communication devices powered in case of long-term power outages. And I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity, where we at here, to talk to you very briefly about, where's it at? Where's it at? You know what? I don't have one. I don't have a banner. So I guess let's do that. Yep, let's do that one. There you go. Anyway, what I was looking for was a banner for Jackery. Now there are other systems out there, but Jackery is the standard, is the known standard. You plug them in, they work. And what a lot of people don't know is that with these portable power systems, it's that one. I always get them mixed up on where they are behind me. With these portable power systems, the technology is jumping. It's made leaps and bounds over what it was just a year ago. And right now, Jackery has a sale on for up to 50% off of their devices. I recommend that you go check it out. Specifically, the best deal that I found when I found out about this sale is the Jackery 1000 version 2, also known as V2, with a solar panel. Right now, that after everything, it's around $1,200. But right now, you can get that sucker for about $799. It's unbelievably cheap as far as these things go. Generally, you are going to pay $1 per watt. Okay. And at $799, that is a significant savings. There is a link in the description for Jackery. So later on, if you want to look at it, scroll down there, check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. They have like fancy little coupon buttons on their website. When you click those, they automatically go to hey, you want to buy this? And that automatically applies your stuff. So you'll see instantly where you'll save that money. I do recommend that people do that because, you got to strike while the iron's hot. Maybe you need to wait for payday or something like that. I don't even know how long the sale is going to run, but I showed that to somebody the other day. They're like, holy shnikes. Let's see here. Jordan says, I'm waiting for LP to promote your car's extended warranty. If I could find a company that was legitimate, that actually like didn't screw people over, that the big, I'll tell you, Jordan, the companies that have these extended warranties, they do not treat people that have cars that have over like 100,000 miles, or if the car's over 10 years old, very well at all. And that's one of the reasons that's not a product that I actually endorse. If I did, then I would like actually have one and endorse it because it's a good deal. Thanks for showing up, though. Appreciate you, Jordan. Let's see here. Ian says, update. Just saw an email from Prepper Camp, and they say they are delaying the start now. Ouch. Ouch. That is, hold on a second. Where's my email? Where's my email at? All right, Rick. Yeah, Rick's sending us email. Delayed weather delays for Prepper Camp. Sorry, our fight has been delayed due to weather. And just think of this as a PSA if you're going to Prepper Camp. To our Prepper Camp attendees, our classroom tents are up and ready to go. Porta potties have been delivered. It is lightly raining today in Saluda. Normally, we and our merchandise vendors would be setting up the rest of Prepper Camp for your arrival. However, severe winds from the hurricane will be coming through tonight, starting at 3 a.m. Friday through noon on Friday. The wind will be manageable for setup after 1 p.m. on Friday, since we don't want to be retrieving vendor tents from the lake. I told you, everyone will be stowing their valuable merchandise and tents in their vehicles until that time. Prepper Camp staff is also planning on setting up our registration tents, banners, chairs, and directional signs at that time. After that, we will move the electronics, TVs, computers, audio speakers to the classroom tents. And of course, we will need to test everything at that time. Saturday and Sunday will be nice weather. We'll see. We will see. Okay, let's go ahead and get back on point, guys. Where are we at here? But thank you, Ian. I appreciate you, bro. Let's see here. Sandra says, Good Sam has great extended warranty for our RV. Others for truck never work. They deny everything. Absolutely, Sandra. Absolutely. RV stuff is actually kind of interesting about the insurance, the way they do insurance and extended warranty. So if you have an RV and you don't have these things, you might want to check it out. All right, let's see here. We talk about backup power devices. Test and drill. Run communication drills with your family to ensure everyone knows how to operate the devices. Check in and meet at the designated spots. These things are all very important. Going to the poll right now, still inventory and organized supplies is winning at 39%. All right, number 5. Test your gear. Functionality check. Functionality check. My military brain and my civilian brain are having a fight right now, because in the military, we just call this a function check. Do a function check. Make sure your gear is working. Flashlights, batteries, radios, water filters, etc. should be tested every few months. Replace broken or worn parts, because that does happen. Now, here's the stuff that we never do. Simulate real-world conditions. Test gear under realistic conditions. For example, try using your solar charger on a cloudy day, or see how long your generator lasts on a full tank. Interesting. Maintenance and cleaning. Clean and maintain your gear, oil tools, clean filters, and check for wear and tear on tents, tarps, or bags that prolong the life of your equipment. Practice using gear, something else we never do. Get comfortable using all your gear, even the less intuitive items like water purification systems, fire starters, and emergency shelters. And then lastly, keep a backup. If possible, have backups for critical items like flashlights, batteries, radios, and chargers. Redundancy ensures that if one piece fails, you have another option. This is basically what I call the Glock rule. 1 is none, 2 is 1. It must work out of the box. No question asked. Nowhere in period. Okay, so looks like we're running up on our 1 hour, guys. As usual, if you have not hit that thumbs up button, I appreciate you guys doing that now as we go out the door. Tomorrow will be Friday. It will be just another day. Maybe not for prep stuff. Remember, not for prepper camp, but it'll be just another day. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you are not a member, I would ask you to do that. Ask you check that out because that's actually how you support the channel and help me to get to my goal of having a computer that can actually process the video that I make for you. When you probably noticed, I haven't been making a lot of videos. The computer's just crapping out on me. It's just that easy. Okay, guys, that's going to be about it for today. As usual, stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you, which will be in the next video. Bye-bye.